fantasy the lobby was a narrow throat. Old, quiet, and echoing. 3 steps at its end led to a small room that had, against all odds, become my home. And that's where she always was. She was talking to my friend when I entered. I shouldn't have said anything that morning, but the words escaped anyway. When she heard my voice, she turned, her eyes locking onto mine. She came straight to me. "I like you," she said, clinging to my arm with a desperate strength. "I can't live without you." I froze. She was a child. Not in years, but in the way she saw the world. A lens of pure, blinding sincerity. I told myself she didn't understand the weight of her own words, so I ignored her. But every day, when I returned from work, she was there. "I missed you," she'd whisper. Her voice a soft promise. I'd offer a polite smile, trick her with hollow words, and slip away to the library in the back. It was a room of strangers who felt more like family than anyone I knew. My sanctuary, my relief. But she kept waiting. She always told me to stay. She'd find any excuse to touch me. Her hand finding mine. Her presence a constant, gentle pressure. I told her it was wrong. I told her she didn't understand. But she wouldn't stop. Then one day, she organized a gathering. I wasn't going to go, but I saw a name on the invitation that was sacred to me. A name I couldn't ignore. It pulled me in. There, I met a boy. He was made of nervous energy and glasses that seemed too big for his future. He became my friend. "If you like her, just tell her," I said, gesturing toward her. "Why is she always following me?" He just smiled and shook his head. "Nah." But it was the kind of nah that screamed yes. The quiet, selfish silence of someone hoping love will simply fall into their lap without the risk of asking. Then I learned the truth. The event wasn't random. It was a fundraiser. They were collecting an impossible sum for a dowry, for a man who couldn't provide, so he could marry the woman he loved. And the man was me. She had done all of this for us. She believed that if she could build me a safe life, I would finally say yes. I pulled her aside, my voice sharp. "You cheated. You forced this." She didn't argue. "If you truly don't want me in your life," she said, her voice suddenly clear, "then fine. I won't be your problem anymore." For the first time, I felt trapped. Not by her, but by the sheer magnitude of her care. It was suffocating and soft all at once. I sat with my friend, trying to explain the knot in my chest. I shouldn't have said anything that day. None of this would have happened. Then I looked up, and there she was, laughing with a group of people, her head thrown back. But she wasn't looking at me. Her smile wasn't for me. And in that void, I realized I missed it. That unfiltered joy. Like a child seeing the one thing they've wanted all day. So I smiled at her. She didn't notice. I kept smiling. After a moment, her eyes drifted and found mine. She saw me, and she smiled back. For the first time, I believed her love wasn't obsession. It was something real and fragile. Something I had run from because I was terrified of what to do with it. The event wound down. Its purpose served. She sat at a table with her friends and waved me over. There was no space, but they shifted, making room. I sat beside a guy in a blue shirt who was eating blueberries. "I'm your classmate's nephew," he said. I laughed. Nothing made sense. Yet I didn't feel out of place. Not anymore. But just as I felt that connection settle, the air in the room changed. It grew heavy, the chatter thinning to a hush. We all knew why. The lion. He wasn't just a beast. He was the absolute authority of this place. He decided who stayed and who vanished. Every day, he took one person. We had all made our peace with the fear. He used a device. A list of names. A few days ago, I had sneaked a glance at it. Her name was on it. Blinking. A blinking name meant your status was in question. You weren't permanent. You were a candidate for the culling, and now. The lion called me forward. Does she still live here? He asked. His voice like grinding stones. My heart hammered against my ribs. Lie. And protect her? Tell the truth. And maybe buy myself another day. I hesitated. The silence stretching into an eternity. Then. The words fell from my lips like stones. I think. Yes, her fate was sealed in my cowardice. She was still laughing. Oblivious and free. But I knew. The weight of that truth was unbearable. I watched the joy dance across her face as guilt clawed at my soul. The feeling was so heavy it crushed the air from my lungs. And I woke up. But even awake, the dream clung to me. A part of me was still there, echoing the moment she smiled back. So pure and certain. And I realized something. That room. That girl. That world. None of it was random. She wasn't just a dream. She was the other half of my soul. In this life. We were always meant to miss each other.